Hi everyone, it's Letty Monsivais. Today's session will be Google Enterprise and updates. So just a little bit about me. I'm your 9th grade librarian and I'm also a Google for Education certified trainer. Alright, so what is Google Enterprise? Well, Google Enterprise is actually their powerhouse version of G Suite. It's a suite of tools that enhances the ability to respond to security, remote learning, and collaboration. So you're asking, how will it help us? We're first going to be looking at our Google Meet features. This right here is our Google Meet waiting room. So when the teacher accesses the Google Meet through the Google Classroom, this is the waiting room that we will be having. So now we can go ahead and join. And if you notice, over here on the left-hand side, right next to the name of your Meet, you do have that drop-down arrow. And if anybody ever does invite you to a Meet or view it and add any attachments to your Meets on Calendar, then the attachments will be showing up right here. So that way you won't have to go back and forth to your invitation in your email. So attachments will be right here. And right next to that, we have our host controls. These lock, the blue shield with the lock inside. Now this is a really important feature that Google Enterprise has, because once you click it, you will be able to turn off quick access. Right now at this time, quick access is available for everyone. In other words, that means that you have quick access located here. Right here, quick access is on. So if anybody wants to log into your Google Meet and they have a UIZ domain, then they can. But once you turn that off, then everybody that is invited to the Meet will have to knock. So let me go ahead and turn that off. Okay, and here also you are able to see if you're going to give permission for them to share the screen, or if you're going to leave the chat open. So this is something for you to go ahead and do. Now, you see, someone is trying to join. Someone just knocked. So this is a student that is going to enter my Meet, and I would have to admit them. Okay, so now coming back over here to the host controls, you're going to allow everyone to share the screen, take that off, or you're going to allow everyone to send chat messages, we can take that off. Okay, now we also have the different host settings for, of course, video, change your video and audio. Okay, now here's a noise cancellation that you can go ahead and turn on. The only thing that you have to remember is that you need to do this for every single Meet. Okay, it's not as a default setting. The default setting will be the quick access turned on. So if you're going to be changing that, if you're going to be turning that off for every single Meet, just don't forget to come over here to the blue button on the left-hand side and turn off quick access. So that means anybody, including the administrators, will need to knock for you to allow them to go into the Meet. So those are your host controls on the left-hand side. Now, moving on over to the bottom right, we do have closed captions so that we can go ahead and have that turned on. We can have our students turn that on as well. And I believe in October or November, Google was supposed to be coming out with closed captions in Spanish. So that's something to look forward to if you do need it for your classes. And then we have the Present Now tabs. You have 3 tabs: present your entire screen, present a window, or present a Chrome tab. I'll be going over those in the next session. And then we do have our ellipsis. Otherwise, you also know it as a snowman. So when we click on this, we can go ahead and change our layout. I don't know if you noticed that the district went ahead and removed the grid view extension. So some people were asking, what are we going to do now? Well, Google went ahead and pushed out more tiles features. So they changed the layout. So now instead of 9 or 15, actually I believe it was 16 tiles that you could see, you can go up to 49 tiles, okay, including a tile of yourself. So if I change that to 49, I'm going to come up here to my name and go ahead and add that. So now I have a tile for myself. That's changing the layout. Now don't forget that I went ahead and used everything. Spotlight would be whoever's speaking, the view will go on that particular person. Okay, so you do need to change the layout every time you do open up a Google Meet. Just remember that. And also turning background blur off and on. So the last I heard, Chromebooks did not support the background blur, but it's a huge but. Google is working on it, so hopefully, I believe we're expecting something on the 13th. So tomorrow, we're expecting something tomorrow to go out so that students can go ahead and initiate that background blur on their own Chromebooks. So that could be a great help to us. Okay, and after that we have our captions, and then we do have our settings. If we click on settings, we're going to go ahead and see under audio the noise cancellation. So you can go ahead and turn that feature on for yourself. The microphone, don't forget, if you do connect an AVer document camera, you need to change the settings here. Make sure that's always on Realtek or whatever default setting you have of your computer, whatever it is for your computer. Make sure it's taken off of the AVer. And then we do have video. And then we do have our host controls. Once again, this is quick access, the options to share your screen and send chat messages. Good thing about Google is that they always have different ways in order to do something. So this is the second way that you can look at quick access and sharing the screen and the chat messaging. Okay, so now that's the settings. Well, they went ahead and turned off the phone, logging in with the phone for the students. So they're not supposed to be able to join the meet with the phone. If that's changed, let me know. All right, so in the top right-hand corner now, of course, you're going to have your students that are in the class. Again, your host controls. And then you do have your chat. Once again, if you want to turn it back on, you can through here. And then you will have your advanced features. Now I asked, what does Google Enterprise do for us? Well, all these extra features are what Google Enterprise does for us. Okay, so if you have the free version of Google for Education, you won't get all of these advanced features. Polls, you can send out polls to your classes, start a poll, ask a question, get your options, and launch it. You can do question and answer, where they want to go ahead and type in a question, and then you can answer it. And the really nice one is the breakout rooms. So here are the breakout rooms. So you have 30 kids, you have 25 kids, and you want to create 5 breakout rooms. Okay, you can create 5 breakout rooms, and you can have shuffle the order. You can have it shuffle the order. So it can go ahead and place the students in the rooms for you. If you don't want that, if you don't like the order, then you can go ahead and click on the particular student and just move them around. Change it from one room to another. And then you can go ahead and create it. Now, the thing about breakout rooms is that you as a teacher can hop into the different rooms, but of course, you won't be able to hear, see, or tell the other students in different rooms that you're not in what to do. So the directions will be given. You can always pop into the other rooms, so that's no problem. And when you want to end it, you just bring everybody back. Although they do have to go ahead and accept to come back to the main room. They can't do anything else. They're just going to have to come back to the main room. And if you want to clear everything, you get your students back. Okay? You can have, I believe, 100 rooms, they said. I think they said up to 100 rooms. So, yeah, you can have up to 100 rooms. I don't think you want to do that. So here I'll just have my 2 rooms, and then I don't want Emily in the first room. I need her in the second room, and you can move stuff around. Okay, so that is your breakout room features. So that would be great for collaboration. Your group projects, you can do that as well virtually. Now, I did want to go over, in case a student does happen to say something out loud, or you got a student and you didn't turn quick access off and they don't belong in your class, you can always kick out a student. How do I kick out a student? I'll go over here to the name, go to the down arrow, and of course this is to pin a student, mute the student, and I'm going to remove them. Okay. So now you can always mute a student and they would have to unmute themselves. You cannot unmute them. Okay, so this little minus sign over here, you're going to remove them from the meeting. Now, once you remove them from the meeting, they cannot come back in that same day. They can go back in the next day, but they can't come back in. So if you accidentally remove a person, say you had 2 Emilys and you remove the wrong Emily, you can always invite them back through the email. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. So in case you do have 2 Emilys, go ahead and invite them back. And don't forget, you remove them from the meeting. I also want to talk about some extensions that were removed, such as attendance tracker, the attendance extension. Now I know a lot of teachers really depended on that, but the thing that with that extension is that it was interfering way too much with the Google Meets. So the district did have to remove it. But the good news is that Google is working on their own attendance tracker. And it's supposed to be out in October. I cannot give you the specific date, but they did say that it's going to be out in October. And it's going to share with you the Google Sheet as to when Emily logged in, how long she was logged in, if she logged out, and the date. So I think that'd be a really good substitute for you. So the only thing is that we will have to wait a little bit longer for it. And I believe that's it to going over Google Meet. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to email me or call me at 2412 concerning Google Meet, and I will try to answer your questions as best as I possibly can. So just once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me go over Google Meet with you, and I hope you have a great day. Well, you'll be seeing me in session 2. Thank you.